Marlo here is my newest 6-month-old rescue puppy, and together we are going to talk about the complete list of every must-have item for puppies, and I'm going to make it super easy on you. Everything I talk about will be listed in the description below. So let's start with the first category of must-have puppy products, which is safety and training. First item on that list is going to be the crate. My favorite crate for puppies is primarily going to be the Diggs crate. It is what we crate trained Marlo in within under a week, and we also crate trained Wally, my mom's little puppy, in under 10 days. It has a removable tray, so if there's a mess, it's really easy to clean up, and it has the garage style door side opening as well as a front opening and top opening. These multiple access points make it really easy to get the puppy comfortable to being in and around the crate. Plus, it's super secure, durable. Next on the list are going to be dog beds. Typically with a puppy, I start with 2. One for the crate, I use a bed or a mat. Second is a bed outside of the crate that we can practice on the place cue and for them to have a place to decompress and rest. Every puppy is different. For me, I typically like one of these 2 beds really to start with. One is going to be this paw.com bed, which is hard to see because Finn's on it. It is low profile and it's kind of just flat. It's meant to look like a fancy rug but act as a dog bed. It's less appetizing and less tempting for puppies, in my experience, to want to chew and bite on it, unlike these more plush beds like you see Bentley in over here. This is a Best Friends by Sherry calming bed, which is an awesome bed, especially for anxious puppies or puppies that like to snuggle up. But it has this nice bolster where the dog or puppy can lay their head up onto, burrow into it, play with their toys. Next puppy essential is going to be a playpen as well as whelping pads. Whelping pads are what dog breeders or dog rescue groups use when puppies are born to put on the ground, that are waterproof and easily washable. Baby gates and playpens help us to manage the puppy's environment. The more we can manage their environment in the beginning, the more we can potty train them more quickly and potentially prevent them from getting into something that might harm them. I will talk about my 1-step potty training process that has helped over 3 million pet parents at the end of this video, so stay tuned for that, as well as my crate training process. What you barking at? Next is going to be exactly what Marlo's looking at, which is going to be a pet nanny cam. There's a lot of brands out in the market. The one I'm really loving right now is the newest Furbo 360. When you're not home and you have your puppy in their playpen or their crate or their puppy safe room, puppy proofed room, it'll alert you if your puppy is crying, barking, or pacing around a lot so that you can check on your puppy. You can also talk to them. The next item is going to be a noise machine and or a fan. My favorite ones are linked below. The snooze machine by Tuft & Needle is awesome, or an Iris fan is amazing. Now, before I talk about my favorite puppy treats, foods, and shoes, I want to show off the puppy treat pouch that I love using for a couple reasons, as well as the harness. But the reason I love this treat pouch, really for dogs of all ages, if I'm being honest, is because, if Marlo would let me show you here, you can wear it as a side pouch like this, which is nice. It has a magnetic opening, so it's really easy to put my hand in, and if I bend over, it shuts itself automatically. And it has a nice front pouch that I can throw my phone in. I can put my poop bags right here, which my favorite poop bags are linked below. But I can also wear this in different ways. First off is going to be like a treat pouch as a fanny pack. So I simply just tighten the strap. And yes, it does come in a variety of colors, but it's nice. You can wear it as a fanny pack, which is really cool. A crossbody around your shoulder, etc. And right now, probably my favorite harness for puppies is going to be the Wild One harness. One, because it has 3 different attachment points. So it really gives an opportunity to see what works best for your puppy. So this is how it goes on your dog. This is for Marlo. Now she's about 37 pounds. So we have the large. She probably could do the medium, but they do have smaller sizes if your puppy's really small. But you can attach your leash to the front clip by their chest, on the top of their back up here by the top of their neck, or back here. There's 2 different attachments here on the top of their dog. So this makes it more versatile, and it has multiple adjustment points, so it's really easy to fit to your dog based on their size. The next 3 things may seem a little unusual, but they were game changers in potty and crate training. One is an alarm clock, and the reason is part of my 1-step potty training process. Again, we'll go in depth in that in just a moment, is taking our puppies out proactively and regularly. So I like using an alarm to remind myself to take them out every hour or 2 hours, depending on size and age of our puppy. Secondly is going to be a flashlight that you can leave by the back door if you're taking your puppy potty outdoors. Also, a lot of people ask, what do you do if you don't have a yard? I live in an apartment or a condo or the city. One thing that I used with puppies to help potty train is a real grass potty pad. Fresh Patch is my favorite brand. Now for the fun part, let's talk toys, enrichment feeders, puzzles. So one thing with puppies that we can do to really help mentally tire them, build their confidence, help lower and reduce stress and anxiety is to have not just fun toys, but functional toys. And what I mean by that are toys and items that help work their mind. We also call this mental stimulation. This is important because mental stimulation is twice as tiring and satisfying for dogs, especially puppies, than just physical exercise alone. So a couple examples are treat dispensing toys like the bobble or this Kong toy where you can fill with their kibble if you're feeding a kibble, or fill with some of their favorite treats. This is something we could do daily. And yet another reason I love the Digs crate is you can get their groove training tool, which you can actually attach to the inside of the crate, and then you could put something like their treat spread on here, which is a pet safe peanut butter. The only ingredients in this one, for example, and they have a variety, are peanuts, apples, spirulina, parsley, coconut oil, and a little honey, and that's it. There's no xylitol or added unhealthy oils, which is really hard to find in the pet space. And what you can do is put it on a groove training tool or on a lick bowl like this or lick mat. Another tool you can use is the topple. I'm sure you're familiar with this, but you basically stuff your dog's food in here. If they eat a kibble, you can moisten the kibble with a little bit of water for like 10-20 minutes, stuff it in here and freeze it. Or if you feed a fresh food, you can put it in here or put some treats. Then they have to lick and kind of gnaw to get it out of here, which again can really help mentally tire them and relax them, just like you see Marlo here. Or one thing we started doing with Marlo to help build her confidence, because she's a puppy mill survivor. She's our foster puppy, and she went through a really traumatic past. And what we do with her every single day are work on puzzles like this. There's a ton of options out there in the market where you put their food or treats in these little cutouts, and then the puppy or dog has to use their nose or their paw to move the little buttons to get access to the treats. If your puppy's food motivated, this can be an excellent way to feed them their kibble or their food versus a plain standard dog bowl. Now, one of my absolute favorite treats, again, not sponsored, but I'm obsessed, are front of the pack single ingredient treats. They have a variety of flavors. I love these because this dog here is fairly picky. She's food motivated, but not as much as my other guys that we eat anything. She's picky. And their rabbit formula, which by the way, rabbit is an awesome protein to feed for picky dogs, for dogs with sensitive tummies, allergies, or if you just want to give your dog a new novel protein. And that's a good segue to talk about some of my favorite treats and chews for puppies. Again, remember, this is what works for my puppies. Every dog is different. Always supervise use. The first item is what Marlo is chewing on here. This is a bully stick. So a bully stick is 100% single ingredient muscle meat. So my favorite brand right now is Safety Chew. This is an awesome tiny family-owned brand out of Austin, Texas. They are low to no odor, but they're not chemically treated, free range, 100% grass-fed beef, and it does help promote dental health, great for teething puppies in my experience. And most importantly, what I love about this brand is to help reduce the risk of choking. And they do have a variety of sizes of chews, by the way, based on your dog's size. But then when they get to the very end of it, they can't get that small little last piece, and then I can just throw it away. My next favorite teething chew are going to be the Native Pet Yak Chews. These are made with 4 simple ingredients: cow's milk, yak's milk, lime juice, and sea salt. These are also responsibly made and made by a small company. And I love these because they are fully digestible for my dogs. Also, I haven't had any issues with my dogs with teeth chipping. And I think the reason is because as they chew this, their saliva starts to make it softer. And the other chew that works really well for my dogs, especially when they were puppies, but all ages, is this collagen chew. This is by Icelandic, and this is a single, well, really 2 ingredient. The chew itself is made of collagen, which is the innermost layer of the cow's skin, again, sustainably and responsibly sourced. A couple more brands of treats that I like, this Gourmet. These again are 100% New Zealand squid and no preservatives, no additives, and it's a tiny company really dedicated to pet health. So I love it, and I love that I can break them up into small little pieces. There you go, fan. Then Icelandic also makes these cod and shrimp fish bites. Guess how many ingredients? 2. In this flavor, it's cod and shrimp. Now, before I get to my favorite brands of puppy foods, if you are getting value in this, please don't forget to click that subscribe button, support our mission to save all the damn dogs. But I want to first talk about the health category and things that I would get for my puppies before I even brought them home. The first being this book, The Forever Dog. It is a must read for any pet owner, pet parent that is looking to help their dog thrive as long as possible. It is written by two of my dear friends and mentors and pet health heroes, Rodney Habib and Dr. Karen Becker. And on that note, I'm a huge advocate and fan of pet insurance. We personally use Trupanion. We find it to be the best of the best out there, and I'm just a big fan of what they cover, what they stand for, who they are as a company. In addition to that, I really recommend to start looking for a veterinarian that you can really trust. For my pets, I personally prefer veterinarians that are more holistic and integrative minded. You can actually find one near you using the ahvma.org Find a Vet, as well as a local dog trainer. Getting your dog and your puppy set up with somebody who isn't you to additionally work on manners, training, confidence, obedience with you can be really powerful to their long-term success with being socialized, confident, listening to you, and manners. I'm also a huge advocate of using a GPS on my dogs. So you see here on Bentley, I have this little device here. This is a Whistle GPS activity monitor system. This is not a bark, vibrate, or shock collar. I know some people ask me that sometimes, but this will track their location as well as their activity, almost like a Fitbit for dogs. Of course, you want all the grooming tools so you can start handling your puppy right away and getting them used to being brushed, having their teeth brushed, their nails clipped. Again, my favorite ones are linked below. Now let's talk about my favorite foods. Now, when it comes to picking a food for a puppy, in my opinion, it's one of the most important decisions we could ever make for our dog, because as they are a puppy, this is the most that they're going to grow and develop their entire life, which is why I personally lead to feeding more of a real fresh food diet. My actual list of favorite brands for puppy foods and treats and everything will be linked down below, or if you want to go more in depth on what I feel about puppy foods and the brands I love, click the video right here and we'll jump over there right now together, or click the video here if you want to learn more about my potty training one-step process. Don't forget to click that subscribe button, and I hope you have a beautiful day. Goodbye.